Hey, it's Central Valley Real Estate and Home Improvement. I am your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Rodney Holt from Rodney H. Holt and Company. Welcome to the show, Rodney. Rodney H. Holt and Company is a business brokerage. You handle ag, commercial, residential. Basically, you run the gamut now, don't you?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Been doing it for 2 or 3 weeks now, right?
A couple of weeks,
A
yeah.
couple of weeks, yeah. How long you been at the business, Rod?
Well, I've been doing real estate since 2004.
Okay, so you do have a few weeks on your
I
belt.
do have a few weeks. I was CPA prior to that, so
Okay. So not only do you have real estate, but you got some money acumen behind that, which may help your clients, huh?
absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Particularly as we talk about like commercial and business property, I'm sure that your CPA background, because people don't go into business real estate just because. They go in with a purpose. They have goals. They want to maybe acquire or produce an income. Various different reasons, goals behind those types of investments, but that is where oftentimes that you really need that that understanding, which means that if I'm a new investor in that, maybe I want to get a hold of somebody like you because you might know what you're talking about.
Time or two.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So business and commercial. What kind of properties are we talking about, Rodney?
Well, because of the background with as a CPA, I have comfort levels in all of it. I grew up in a small business, as a matter of fact. My
Okay.
father owned one. So from the time I was in the 8th grade, I worked for him. But what you're talking about is someone who wants to be their own boss.
Right.
They want to reach out and fulfill whatever they want to brand themselves
Right.
as, and they want to find purpose in the self-fulfillment of achieving something that you
Right.
can't do unless you're a business owner.
And that fulfills a lot of different goals and purposes for individuals that if they're successful at it, it just doesn't get any better for them. Being able to be successful in that is having the right resources available to you as you go into that.
That is correct. That is correct.
And I know, because there was a time that, we're not going to go into that, but let's just say I didn't know what I was doing and had someone that didn't know what I was doing or what they were doing, and it didn't work out real well for me. So having someone that has that depth of knowledge, that can bring that kind of experience and wisdom to the table for particularly a new business person or a new investor can be very important, and Rodney Holt provides that for them in the business field.
Thank you.
So what about the ag part of the real estate? Now, that's a real interesting area of real estate, isn't it?
It is very interesting. It's kind of something that I've been working with. I've had a good friend and associate who brought me in as his broker of record, a guy by the name of Dennis Trimble. And so I'm the broker of record for Ag West Enterprises.
Okay.
And the issues with ag right now is water.
Oh, yeah.
Not knowing quite what the rules are going to end up being for underground pumping.
Oh, that's something.
And knowing what water district you're going to be in, and a variety of issues of that nature are looming over all farmers.
And, it really is. That is the big question mark, because water, even for established farmers,
Yes.
that'll make or break them depending on how the chips fall in this unfolding of how the water issue is going to be presented and who's going to get what share and what responsibilities each person has. But for someone that is considering investing in ag, or maybe a farmer that's seeking to expand what they're doing, or on the reverse side, someone that's seeking to sell their farm or their fields or whatever, again, having someone that has that experience and knowledge, particularly in the water area right now, it might pay off for them, huh?
It does.
Yeah.
You got to know where you're going there.
And do you have any, speaking of where you're going, do you have any idea right now where it is going?
I am not an expert there.
Yeah.
That's just it's gonna the individual water districts coming up with plans that the participants or the residents of their district will live under, and the state will give assurance as to whether their plan is correct, and that'll end up being an overall governing.
Now, I don't feel real good when you said the state's going to give assurances. No, because the state has a tendency to change its mind.
It does indeed.
Yeah. So, all right, but this is an ag area. Matter of fact, it's an incredible ag area.
It is indeed.
And I do hope that the state gets their water act together so that our farmers can do the best that they can do with their property here. Not only do they deserve to do with their property, but the rest of the people deserve to experience the produce and the products of ag in this area.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best areas in the world for ag, and that's just awesome.
Yeah,
as long as the state keeps their fingers out.
There you go. There you go.
So that's ag. Do you or have you experienced very many individuals that are seeking to get into the ag business? Have you run across much of that?
There are people, yes.
Yeah.
Just recently, I've had a few people looking at a few of the listings I have who have not had ag experience in the past. So I have some who are looking at it from an investment standpoint.
Really?
Yeah, they want to buy it. Actually, I have one piece where the seller wants to sell, and he'll lease it back.
Really?
Yeah, and so he'll either sell it outright and walk away, or he'll lease it back from them. So he's pretty confident in his property.
You can buy it and have him pay your paper on it.
There you go.
And that's a win-win situation.
There you go.
That's great.
Exactly.
I never thought about that. So we have that type of opportunities available.
The tax laws are kind of favorable in those areas too.
Okay.
So nowadays,
Great.
Depending on your own situation. So.
And you also do real estate.
I do.
When I say real estate, I'm talking about home type of real
do.
estate.
Sell a few houses every now and then.
Yeah.
So.
And the housing market is, I understand, it's not doing too bad here. Could be worse, was better, but it's still fairly strong.
Still pretty strong.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of activity been going on.
And you don't like doing real estate at all, do you?
You know what? I enjoy the people I meet. Yeah. I enjoy seeing them get what they are after, helping them along in the process, financing, whether they need help there, knowing, understanding the laws that where they buy the property, how they go through the escrow process. It's all
escrow. That's that dark hole that a lot of things go into.
It is indeed.
But having someone that can guide you through that is very important.
It is,
because if kinks are going to show up, it's during the escrow process that they show up. And again, it's very important that you have someone that can guide you through that, and someone that has knowledge, whether it be home real estate, commercial real estate, businesses, ag real estate, and you've got, like I said, you got a couple of weeks experience under your belt.
We do.
Been doing it a while, been doing it in various areas, and surprise, you like doing it. So that must mean that because you talked about liking it and working with your clients and helping them out, which means you see this kind of as a service that you provide. I mean, you're hitting on all the right notes, aren't you?
Well, I pray that. My motto, or whatever, it comes out of Proverbs of the Bible. It says, "Better is a good name than gold and silver." And
absolutely.
So that's I live for the Lord, and
awesome.
And I want my name to be good, to bring glory to Him.
That's excellent.
So.
But you're not going to do him or you any good if I can't get a hold of you. So how do I get a hold of you?
Well, I'm Rodney Holt. I like to go by Rod Holt. So,
right.
My number is 559-859-5759.
Again.
559-859-5759.
And you got a storefront.
I do. I'm out of my bedroom in my apartment.
Okay.
So, it's 2450 14th Avenue.
Okay.
Apartment F.
So
in Kingsburg.
In Kingsburg. All
in
right.
Kingsburg.
Well, and what area do you cover, Rodney, in your?
Well, I've got a listing right now in Fireball. I got one down in Lindsay. I've got another one over in Sanger. And I've actually got another piece that's just come up that I'm going to help with that's down in Arizona.
Well, so you cover a
So-
wide range. So real quick before we close, you got some listings. Do you got one or two you'd like to talk about real quick before we close? This
Sure,
up?
I do. I have 157 acres of almonds over in Fireball. The owner of that is willing to, he wants to sell, and he'll lease that back.
Okay.
He's our lease back person.
All right.
If you want to buy it outright but need some financing, he'll carry paper for a period of time. He has 51 acres of nonpareil almonds, 50 acres of caramels, and 51 acres of Monterey's. So
Okay. If you're an almond person, you know what that means.
is. They do, and it's a square block. There's no farming obstacles. It's all on drip. He's got 2 sources of water, and since it's in the Westlands Water District, some people fear that. My client does not. He'll lease it back.
Okay. Well,
Another piece is in Sanger,
Okay.
and this one's ideal for the person who wants to build a dream house. This one's on the river. It's got about a little less than a half-mile
River frontage?
frontage on it. It's
Oh.
89 acres.
Oh.
It's isolated, so there's not going to be a whole lot of public access to it. You can build your dream house, have your horses, and have a crop there all in the same place.
And being on the river, water's not going to be much of a problem there.
The 14 to 19 feet is where the water table is when you want to pump. So
There you go.
it's good there.
All right. And you're always available for home real estate or businesses and stuff.
Right.
And
We are.
right now you don't have a web page, but I'm putting the pressure on, man. Rodney, you got to get that 10-year-old grandson out to put that web page together, or at least get up on Facebook, because that way people can see this stuff. You got some great listings. You provide a good product. I want to thank you for being on the show today.
Steve, thanks for the invitation. I
All right.
greatly enjoyed this.
Well-
Thank you so much.
I've enjoyed it too.
Thank you.
And I'll see you when we come back.